Well, Arsenal fan, welcome to Chom Sports News. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Every word Arteta said on Saka and Martinelli injuries, Toney transfer, Ramsdale Arsenal future. What's the team news? Not much. We got some players back last Monday and then we had Martinelli and Bukayo with little issues. We're pretty positive that hopefully they can be part of that, but we'll have to see how they feel tomorrow. Would you rather Ramsdale had more game time going into this? It's what it is. He's fully prepared. He's training every day. He's desperate to play like the rest of the boys that haven't had that many opportunities. Saturday will be a great opportunity for him. Paul Gascoigne breaks down in tears as England legend reveals he's homeless and back in AA2. What's his mood? He's been brilliant. He's been really supportive and pushing in training every day like I expected. It's a joy to have two top goalkeepers in the team. What happened in the winter break? It was necessary. We had a really tough period before that. We played so many games, we had some defeats when we didn't deserve to lose, but it was probably necessary to keep improving and demanding from ourselves. The weather and the temperature that we had and the time we had to improve as a team as well. Then everything clicked. We won and then it kept building, and that helps. Will that be a turning point in your season? It was really good, to be fair. It was perfect timing for us. What we built there, the chemistry, the energy around the place, the amount of time that we spent together and enjoying that part, whether it was on the field or off the field. It was a really positive trip. Are you over the VAR error last year? Every point that we left the season hurts. It's still there and that's it. But we have a lot to play for. We know the difficulty of the match. It's always really tough. We played them twice already and we always suffer against Brentford. On Saturday I expect a very similar match. If you win you can go top. Will you then be watching City vs Liverpool? That's the only thing we can control. Perform well and play better than them. If we do that on Sunday, it's a beautiful game to watch for any football supporter, and I'll certainly be watching it. Do you care about the result? I can't control it. I will enjoy a magnificent game of football with two of the best teams in Europe in the last decade, and let's see what that brings. The focus is on us and Brentford. Privately, do you have a preference? Privately and publicly I have no preference because it's nothing to do with me. Any updates on White and Tomiyasu's contracts? Are they close? Not really. I leave that more to EDU and the club to announce those things when the time is right. You've scored 21 goals in 4 games and conceded 1. How satisfying is that, and what message does it send to your rivals? Yet it's great because it shows obviously the quality and consistency that the team is showing. Then the way we have scored those goals as well. Not only the manner but the personnel. It's great to see as well, with the fact that we are conceding very little. Those two together are great because we want to get consistency and we want to get results and we want more. Is the chance to put pressure on City and Liverpool motivation to win against Brentford? We know the demands that we have. We know the demands the Brentford are going to put to us to win the match. And then the fact that we are still not there and we want to be better than where we are at the moment. If we want to do that, we have to continue to win. Can we assume you hope Liverpool and City will draw? Honestly, it's nothing to do with me. I will sit there with my kids and enjoy that match. Is this the best title race ever? I can imagine that for a lot of people it will be very interesting. We want to make it very interesting, especially for us, so we have to keep going. How pleasing is it to see Kai Havertz's impact? It says about his character as well, and how he has dealt with all those question marks and the attitude that he shows all the time. Even when things were not so good in certain phases of the game, he continued to work hard. That's why he's loved by everybody here. Then we can see his quality, we can see his intelligence on the pitch, and the contribution he's having. Obviously very happy with him. Declan Rice is enjoying his most prolific PL season so far with 5 goals and 5 assists. He said he wants more. How contagious is that mindset? That's something that amongst the team, they want to keep improving. They all believe they still have another gear or two to go, and that's the level that we want to push them to. We are achieving it with the majority of the players, and we have to continue to do that. When you first became Arsenal manager in 2019, was this always how you envisaged the side playing? It's very difficult to do it if you don't know the players you have. At the end you have to adapt to the players and the qualities they have to play and achieve what you want. I'm obviously really satisfied with the way the team plays. What changes do you see this season? Are they more experienced/wise? Experience is a factor. They have also had more time together. They understand the system better and the way we have to compete and the demands we have to put on ourselves better. Then the confidence grows when results go our way, as do performances. How key is Kai Havertz in the way you want to play? Yeah, his ability to occupy spaces but also in transition moments to exploit them. The aggression he has in high presses is really good. He has the physical qualities as well to play very different types of games and attributes we thought would be very good for us. Thierry Henry said he can see similarities between Declan Rice and Yaya Toure. What are your thoughts on that? It's a very good player to get compared to because Yaya was a great player. What he did in this league was outstanding, and Declan wants more, so that's a good sign. Aaron still seems very invested in what's going on from the bench. How big has his personality been for you? One of the toughest things is dealing with the players that don't have the game time they deserve. Not only Aaron, but there are many of those. We have an unbelievable group of players. We try to be straight, explain things, be close to them and give them support. Then when they have the opportunity, they want to contribute to the team in the best possible way. That's what Aaron will want to do on Saturday. A lot people feel gaps between games are good for teams, but do you prefer having momentum you can build in a shorter time between games? We've had a very strange schedule lately. We had a long period after Newcastle and Sheffield United. The same happened a week or two ago, but we have adapted. We have to have the capacity to adapt to that. We are going to have 2 games very close to each other and then a big gap after the international break before Man City. So try to plan it the right way to maximize the time we get. Eddie Nketiah, Rice Nelson, and Emile Smith-Rowe left on the bench at Sheffield United. Fear losing them mentally? We discuss these things. We cannot play every player every game. Those players played a few days ago against Newcastle and had opportunities. Now we have 5 subs, before we only had 3, so we have another 2 players happy. That's the way I take it. You're always going to have players who want to be involved and play, but unfortunately it is impossible. It's not in our hands. It's impossible to achieve that and they know that. Have you pulled any of them aside to explain what's going on? Yeah, but you cannot really promise anything. You don't know what's going to happen in a week's time. We have to show compassion and they need to feel we are next to them and we understand where they are. The reality is as well that this is football, this is a team sport and you have to understand and fulfill the role you have in the moment, and it might be very different in 3 weeks' time. In the City Amazon doc, Pep took all the coaches to dinner to watch a big game. Will you do the same this weekend for Liverpool vs Man City? You gave me an idea. The idea was to watch it with my kids, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Can Aaron adapt to the way the team has been playing, or will you adapt the team to him? Not only that he can adapt, but he has proven that he can perform really well to what I want and what we want. Do you tell him that he has a chance of keeping his place after this weekend? We don't have that kind of conversation with players. Not with Aaron or any other player on the pitch where we say play today and you have the opportunity to play next week. That doesn't happen. I don't talk about any other player. If not, I'll have to rule out every other player in the market because we're linked with a lot of players. Do you still want to sign a striker despite your recent form? The plans that we have for the summer are very clear. They were done almost at the start of the season, understanding what we can have, the contract situations with some players, and how we can improve certain areas of the team. This situation doesn't change that. Thanks for visiting us and don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment.